Hello. Let's start with section 13.1, introduction to functions of several variables. So let's start. Before you work on the online assignment, start to just check the slides. Then you can start working on the assignments just to refresh your memory. So let's work on the first question. It says find and simplify the function value. We have f of x equal xy. So our function, this is the first question, our function f to the xy equal xy. Then I need to evaluate. That's mean A, we need to find f to 2, 6, because the point is 2, 6. Let's write down the point. So just to know, that's mean the first point is 2, 6. I need to evaluate to find f to the 2, 6, which is equal 2 times 6 and equal to 12. The second one, B, the point is -4 and 5. That means f to the -4 and 5 is going to be -4 times 5, and the result is -20. C, we have the point at 20 and 3. So it's going to be f to the 20 and 3, which is equal 20 times 3. And the result is going to be equal 60. The next one, D, the point is 4 and y. So we need to find f to the 4y, which is mean 4 times y. And then it's 4y. The next one, which is E, we have x and 7. So we need to find f to the x and 7. And it's equal x times 7, and then it's going to be 7x. The last one, f, the point is 4 and t. Then we need to find f to the 4 and t, and it's going to be 4 times t, and the result is 4t. So that's it for this question. We don't have to plug in everything. So I just plug in everything here to check my solutions. And then we're going to go to the next question, question 2. So question 2, they ask you to evaluate the function at the given values of the independent variables and simplify the result. So now we have integral. The first thing, we need to find how much is going to be the g of xy. Then after that, I'm going to evaluate. So the first step of this example is going to be, I need to find, this is number 2, the integral of g of x, y, which is integral from x to y, and it's 2t minus 5 dt. 2t minus 5 dt. Then this is the first thing I'm going to do. So here with this example, they ask you to evaluate. If you check here, evaluate g of is 6, 0, g of is 6, 5, g of is 6, 7/2, and g of 7/2 with the 0. But the first thing, I need to find g of x by doing the integral from x to y. So here, with respect to the t, so I'm just going to do the integral. That means this one is going to g of xy is going to be the integral. So it's going to be 2t squared I'm going to integrate each part over 2 minus 5t. And this one from x to y. Then this one is going to be t squared minus 5t and from x to y. So we're going to plug in x and y. That's mean g of the xy is going to be, plug in the y first, which is going to be y squared minus 5y. Then this is minus, plug in the x, so it's going to be x squared minus 5x. I'm just going to simplify this one. So g to the xy is going to be y squared minus 5y minus x squared plus 5x. That means here is my function with respect to the xy. Then next step, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to find g of 6, 0. G of 6 and 0. That means x is 6, y is 0. So it's going to be 0 squared minus 5 times 0 minus 6 squared plus 5 times 6. And this one is going to be equal. This is 0, this is 0. So negative 36 plus 30, and the result is going to be negative 6. So this is for the first one. Now the second one, we need to find g of 6 and 5. So for B, this is A. For B, we need to find g of 6 and 5. So we're going to plug in 6 and 5. So here is 5 squared minus 5 times 5 minus 6 squared plus 5 times 6. That means here is going to be 25 minus 25 minus 36 plus 30. And also the result is going to be negative 6. Okay?
Yeah.
For the next one, for C is going to be g of 6 and 7 over 2. Is going to be, we're going to plug in 6 and 7 over 2. So here is going to be 7 over 2 squared minus 5 times 7 over 2 minus 6 squared plus 5 times 7 over 2. You just have to simplify each part. This one is going to be 49 over 4 minus 35 over 2 minus 36 plus 35 over 2. This is negative, this is positive. So it's going to be only 49 over 4 minus 36. How much is going to be? You can type it as a fraction. Let's try to write down. I can't do it here with the fraction. So let's do it here on the side, because I need the result with the fraction. So 49 over 4 plus, this is going to be 36 minus 36. So 36 over 1. Multiply by 4, so 36 times 4, that means going to be 144. 49 over 4 minus 144 over 4. That's mean 49 minus 144. So the result is going to be negative 95 over 4. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, negative 95 over 4. This is for C. Next one is d7/2 with the 0. So g of 7/2 with the 0, and it's going to be, here is the main rule. Keep in your mind our function. Always you're gonna plug in here. So y squared is means 0 squared minus 5 times 0 minus 7/2 squared plus 5 times 7/2. That's mean this one is 0, this one is 0. So it could be negative 49/4 plus 35/2. Did we? No, this is right. Now this is different than this one because we have 2. So we're going to multiply 36 by 2. It's going to be 72. So I'm going to multiply here by 2 and here by 2. So it's going to be 49/4 plus 72/4. That's mean 72, which is negative 72, not negative, positive, is going to be 23/4. That's it for this example. And here is this one, and here is the result here. Fix it. So the wrong thing here, this one is the x, which is
Times 6. Yep.
times 6, so it's going to be 30 here. That means it's going to be 49 minus 6. Okay? Over 1 multiplied by 4. So it's going to get minus by 4 is going to be 24/4. That's mean 49 minus 24, which is equal to 25. Let's check this one.
It's not what I got.
Wait.
So
So
the negative 95, I think that's incorrect because
no,
above, like above that, you said 49 divided by 4 minus 35 divided by 2.
yeah. So here you have to be careful because we did a small mistakes here, and everything is going to be wrong. You're gonna multiply 35 by 2, 2 by 2, then add these together, and the result negative 45/4. And here is the wrong thing also. 35 times 2 is going to be 70, not 72. Yeah. So that's it for this example. Evaluate the function at the given value of the independent variable. Now we have f to the xy equal eight x plus y squared. We need to find a, which is the f. We're going to use this rule again on section 3.4. F to the x plus delta x and y. That's mean the derivative for with respect to the x. And here is y minus f to the xy divided by delta x. That's mean we're gonna find the derivative with respect to the x variable. So here is going to be f to the with respect to the x. Let's do it one by one. That's mean here is the x, so it's going to be 8 x plus delta x and plus y squared. And everything here is minus the function itself, which is, I'm gonna say 8x plus y squared. And everything is divided by delta x. Then this one is going to be, we're just gonna distribute here. So 8x plus 8 delta x plus y squared minus 8x minus y squared over delta x. And this is cancel with this one. Y cancel with the y. So it's going to be 8 delta x divided by delta x. And the result is going to be 8. If you check, if we find the derivative with respect to the x variable, it's going to be 8. So this is by using the definition of how to find the derivative. The same thing with the second one with b, we're going to find with respect to the y. So f to the x and y plus delta y minus f to the x, y, and everything divided by delta x. So this one is going to be, now with the y, so it's going to be, here is the x plus the y squared. That means going to be y plus delta y squared. And everything is minus the function, which is 8x plus y squared. And everything is divided by delta y. Here's the wrong thing. It says delta y because we're trying to find the derivative with respect to the y. You check here delta y. So this one is going to be 8x plus, I'm gonna here squared, so y squared plus 2y delta y plus delta y squared minus 8x minus y squared. And everything is by delta y. This is cancel with this one. This is not y squared. Here is y squared with the y squared. So the left here is 2y delta y plus delta y squared over delta y. That's mean this one, I'm going to factor the delta y out. So it's going to be 2y plus delta y divided by delta y. Cancel these. So it's going to be 2y plus delta y. Okay? Let's check these two. The first one is just 8. And the second one is 2y. I think we have to, how we're going to add down the delta plus. So here, Greek.
And then you gotta go down. And it's
Here, delta y. Let's check. That's it for this question.
Yep.
On 4, they're saying g of xy is g of xy equal x square root of y. So let's check with this one. They ask us what's the domain. If you look the domain, we have to analyze that. The domain here, x is any real number because we already know the function x. The domain for the function x, any real number from negative infinity to infinity. What about square root of y? There is condition for this one, for the square root. For the square root is always everything under the root greater than or equal to the 0. That means we can't, for this one, all real numbers. But for the domain for this, the radical is always greater than or equal 0. So this is our condition. We have to add it. That means I can choose all the numbers, but the y is supposed to be greater than or equal to the 0. This is our domain. For the range, is going to be, that means this is our domain from here. This function, any number That means I have to stick with this condition. That means our domain is supposed to be with this condition. But the range, the result, if you look here, we're going to take any real number for x. We can take negative number. And here is always positive number. So negative times positive is going to be negative. If you check positive, positive times positive is going to be positive. That means our range is going to be all real numbers. So that's it.
But why does it say Z underneath on
Oh,
the
that's good. Because here's the thing. Let's go back a little bit to before. Remember when we have, now we're working with the 3-dimension, x, y, z. Remember before when we have the function f of x equal y, the second coordinate, right? So now f to the xy is going to be equal z, the third coordinate, okay? Because we're working with x, y, z. So when you take in the function with respect to the xy, that's mean is going to be the third one, which is
because it's
z.
with respect to 2 dimensions, implying that there's a third one.
There's a third one. Perfect.
So I get it. So we're actually, when it's f of x comma y, there's always a z coordinate.
Yes, there's always z coordinate, which is the, imagine the image of xy plane is going to be on the z coordinate.
Yeah.
Like for the f of x, the image is the y. For f of xy, because we're working with the 3-dimension, so it's going to be the z. The same thing with 5. If you look to the 5, we have just different. We have z. Now they're telling you z, which is the same thing. You look like you're saying f to the xy or g to the xy. So let's say z equal, the function is xy and over x minus y. Now with this one, we have to analyze. Now on the top, there is no problem. You can take any real number. This is rational. That means the problem is going to be with the denominator. So our denominator, let's say not equal to the 0. I need to find where is the problem. That means x minus y not equal to the 0. That means x is going to be not equal to the y. Now let's check. You can take any number, any number. X is 5, y is 6. The denominator is not going to be equal 0. But if you take x equal y, 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. Any number divided by 0 is going to be undefined. 2 minus 2 is going to be 0. Any number divided by 2 is going to be undefined. That means I can take all numbers, but I have to stick with this condition. That means my x is supposed to be not equal to the y. So it's going to work. So for the domain, we can take all numbers except that's supposed to be x not equal to the y. So it's going to work. The range is going to be, in this case, all real numbers, because you can take negative and positive. Here is going to be negative. If the result from here is going to be negative, that means the result is going to be positive. If it's positive and positive, the result is going to be positive. So we can take all real numbers, positive and negatives. That means our z is going to be all numbers. So the range, all real numbers. That's it for this one. I can't solve this one because you're gonna get exactly the same thing with exactly the same numbers. Okay. So
Does number 6 rely on the surface and space notes that we took, like the hyperboloid?
Yes. But let's check that. So number 6, we have f of x, y. I'm just gonna give you the hint how to work on this one, which is cosine x squared plus 2y squared and divide by 4. So you already know this is mean the same thing, the z. So
Mhm.
now let's assume that z equals 0. Okay?
Yeah.
That's mean this side is 0. You're gonna get equations here. It says x squared plus 2y squared equal, I'm gonna say a number. Then you're gonna say z equal square root of 2 over 2. Okay? You're gonna
Mhm.
get exactly the same thing. And you can choose another z equal square root of 3 divided by 2. You're gonna get the same thing. And then you're gonna graph this one, graph this one, graph this one, and you're gonna get one of these shapes. This one, I'm sure is going to be this one.
Wait a minute.
Okay? Okay, so I'm just giving you a hint. So example 7, they say z equal x plus y. Okay? And they're
Mm.
telling you c is equal -2, 1, and 3, 5. -2, 1, 3, and 5. Mhm. Now, they're telling you is the level curve parabola, hyperbola, or circle? We have to find out. And which one is going to be the graph? So let's check that. The first thing, this is mean this with the first circle or the first part, choose these points. -2 as a z, and let's find, plug in -2 here, equal is x plus y, okay? Now let's solve this one for the y. Keep the y, that means y is going to be equal -x minus 2. Okay, I'm just moving the x to the other side. So -x minus 2. Now I'm going to plug in the 1, x plus y. That means y is going to be equal -x plus 1. Plug in the 3. So x plus y. That means y is going to be equal -x plus 3. Plug in the 5. 5 equal x plus y. That means y is going to be equal -x plus 5. Let's check here. Check all these equations. They have exactly the same slope, which is -1. So our slope for all these lines, slope is equal -1. They have exactly the same slope. That means when you graph it, you're gonna get only parallel lines with different location because it depends about the intercept. Here's the intercept -2, the intercept is 1, 3, 5, but the same slope. That means all these line is going to be parallel line. So when you look to the graphs, I have only one graph, it's parallel line here. Look to this one. So the first thing what I'm going to choose here, the same slope, the level curves are parallel line, parallel lines. That means you see here, it's parallel lines with different slope. That's why, and the intercept, here's the first intercept, -2. It's a y-intercept, here is -2. The intercept here is 1. The intercept here is a 3. The intercept here is 5. The same slope, different intercept. That means this one is going to be the right one. Let's check that. That's it for this question. Can go to the next one. So let's check example 8. What we're going to do with the example 8. Example 8, it says z equals 6 minus 2x. So z equals 6 minus 2x minus a 3y. And they're telling you c equal 0, 2, 4, 6, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm not going to do all these numbers, but let's check that. So I'm going to start with the C, 0, plug in 0 here. That means 0 equal, let's write down. C equals 0. So it's mean 0 equal 6 minus 2x minus 3y. Now we need to solve it for the y. Move everything here to the other side. So let's do it here. So it's going to be negative 3y. So positive 3y equal, I'm going to keep it like this, negative 2x plus 6. Okay?
Mhm.
Negative 2x plus 6. Then divide by 3. So y is going to be negative 2 over 3x plus 6. I'm just going to care about the slope. Now, this c equal 2. That means this one is going to be 2 equal 6 minus 2x minus 3y. Let's do the same thing. But now I'm going to, if I move this one, so it's going to be 3y equal. Move the 2 here, so it's going to be negative 2x plus 4. Okay? Divide by 3. So y is going to be equal negative 2/3. Here, when I divide by 3, this one is going to be 6 over 3, which is 2. Okay? And here, we're going to divide by 3. So a negative 2/3 x plus 4 over 3. Okay? So check here. This is the first one. And here is the second one. Now let's take c equal 4. We're going to do the same thing. So 4 equals 6 minus 2x minus 3y. That's mean move the 3y. It's going to be positive 3y equal negative 2x. When I move the 6, it's going to be plus 2. Divide by 3. So y is going to be negative 2/3 x plus 2 over 3. This is the third one. And keep going. Do the same thing with C6. The same thing with C8. The same thing with C10. You're going to get exactly the same thing. Check the slope. We have exactly the same slope, different intercept. That's mean we have parallel line with different intercepts. So here, so the level curves are parallel line. Let's check this line. When x is 0, here it says C0, the intercept is 2. With c equal 2, the intercept is 4 over 3, which is 1 point something here. Okay? When c equal 4, the intercept is here, which is 2/3, and keep going. So it's a parallel line because we have the same slope. This is just to make sure, but we have the same slope. That's mean 100% is going to be parallel line. So for the next one, yes, this one. So this is example 9. So first of all, we're going to start with z equals 0. So I'm going to say z equals 0. That means 0 is going to be x squared plus 2y squared. So if you look to this one, x squared plus y squared is equal 0. This is only happen if x is 0 and y is 0. So because it's squared. So if you take 1, squared is going to be 1 plus or negative 1 and negative 1 is not going to be equal 0. It's only when you have x0 and y0. That's mean only it's a point with the 0, 0. So it's a point. This is the first one. Now, let's say z equal 1. So it's going to be 1 equal x squared plus 2y squared. This one is going to be write down this, because 1 is going to be equal x squared over 1 plus y squared over, this one goes down, so it's going to be half this one is going to be a pause. Let's see. So we're going to work like this. You see, now we know when c is 0 dot, then it's going to be this. I'll keep going up. Check with the x. When c equal 1, y is the half and x is 1. Half and 1. That's why is this one less than 1, and here it goes from both sides to the 1. That's why it's a we can choose. We have to choose which one is going to be. So is a parallel 9 or parallel 9? Is going to be here. Non-circular. Well, that's weird word. Non-circular. Why is it non-circular? It's almost circle, right? Yes, okay. When z equal 2, so it's going to be 2 equal x squared plus 2y squared. Then divide by 2. So 1 is going to be x squared over 2. And this one divide by 2. So it's going to be plus y squared over 1. Divide by 2, because we have 2 here. 2 divided by 2. So it's going to be 1. Is that here's 1, and the second number is 2. Yes, it's 2. Okay, let's keep going. When z equal 3, so it's going to be 3 equal x squared plus 2y squared, and it's going to be divided by 3, 1 equal x squared divided by 3 plus y squared divided by 3 over 2. And keep going, so it's going to be in a pause and keep going up, up, up. Each time you go into a different circle. Z equal 4 is going to be the same thing. 4 equal x squared plus 2y squared, and then divide by 4. So that's mean 1 equal x squared divided by 4 plus y squared over 4 over 2, which is 2. 4 over, because we have 2 here, bring it down. So this one is going to be 2. And you see always y is less than x. Y less than x. So we're going to choose this one. But why it says here non-circular? It's not a circle, but we can say non-circular. Anyway, let's submit this one. And one more questions, and we're going to finish this section. The same thing with the next one. We're going to do exactly the same way. This is right. But now we have alpha for x, y. So example 10, f to the xy is going to be the square root of 36 minus x squared minus y squared. And c equals 0, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to do the same thing. Plug in when let's say z equals 0. That's mean 0 is going to be equal square root of 36 minus x squared minus y squared. Then divide, take square both sides. That means 0 is going to be equal 36 minus x squared minus y squared. That's mean move the 36 to this side, or move the xy here. That's mean x squared plus y squared is going to be 36. It's a circle with radius equals 6. Let's do when z equal 1. So 1 equal square root of 36 minus x squared minus y squared. That means square both sides. So 1 is going to be equal 36 minus x squared minus y squared. Move these to the side. That means x squared plus y squared is going to be 36 minus 1 is going to be 35. This is a circle with radius. We need to find the square root for 1 second. The square root of 35, 5.9. It's almost, we can say it's equal exactly because we're rounding the number, so 5.9. That means we start from this circle and keep going down to a smaller circle, Let's do one more when z equal 2. So it's going to be 2 equal square root of 36 minus x squared minus y squared. So it's going to be square both sides. That's mean 4 equal 36 minus x squared minus y squared. Move these to the other side. That's mean x squared plus y squared equal 36 minus 4 is going to be 32. Take the square. That's mean 32 is a circle with the radius. The square root of 32 is going to be 5.6. 5.6, 5, so let's say 5.7. So and keep going smaller and smaller. So check here. When c is 0, the radius is 6. 1 is little bit, it's a slightly little bit less than the 6. And keep going when 2, when 3 is going to be this circle. So this one is the right choice. And here we have to choose, we can say it's a circle, half circle. Where is circle? Here, the first one. That's it. And the last example is going to be just true and false. Watch the video and check if it's true or false.